Pleasant morning to all. Women are the real architects of society. A woman is the full circle. Within her is the power to create, nurture, and transform. Empowered women empower women. On behalf of Women Empowerment Cell of Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, I welcome you all for the exclusive event crafted for the women students on Build the Better World. Let's begin our journey with a sense of reverence. I request everyone to join us for the prayer song.
सुन्दर श्रीमुख गजानना सुन्दर श्रीमुख गजानना एकदन्त श्री गजानना एकदन्त श्री गजानना पार्वती पुत्र परम पवित्र पाप विनाशक गजानना पार्वती पुत्र परम पवित्र पाप विनाशक गजानना हे सुरमुनि वन्दित गजानना हे सुरमुनि वन्दित गजानना एकदन्त श्री गजानना एकदन्त श्री गजानना एकदन्त श्री गजानना.
Thank you. As we commence our program, we are honored to present a performance that transcends time and space, a testament to the enduring beauty of classical dance.
Titongam takadimi takatonu takitem dikitem tongitem nangitem tatakadom titongam takadimi takatonu takitem dikitem tongitem nangitem tatakadom titongam takadimi takatonu takitem dikitem tongitem nangitem tatakadom titongam Takadimi takajonu takitem dikitem tongitem nangitem tatatakadum tatatem ditatom tom 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 tatatakadum tatatom ditatom tom tom nam datom tatatakadum tam takitadim takitatadim takitadim dim takitatadim tom takitaditi tom takitatadim dinatom Tadim kinatom, tadim kinatom ta. பாப்ப மக மக தனி தகமக எங்கும் நிறைந்த பதம் பொருளே கம பமி பமக தகம பம விக்ன விநாசக சிவதனய மக பமி பசனி பனி சமாக மோதக பிரியனே அருள் புரிவான் கமக தனி தனி பத்மகமக வேதநாயகியின் முதல் தனய எங்கும் நிறைந்த பரம்பொருளே விக்ன விநாசக சிவதனய மோதக பிரியனே அருள் புரிவான் வேதநாயகியின் முதல் தனய
It was truly a pleasure to witness such an exquisite performance. Here comes a folk dance to give feast to our eyes.
படிக்க தவிலடிக்க கொட்டடிக்க கூத்தடிக்க குத்தாட்டங்கள் தட்ட போடு காத்தடிக்க கதவடிக்க இடி இடிக்க வெடி வெடிக்க வெட்டாட்டம் விசிலடிக்க ஆடு அத பக்காரே கருப்பண்ண சாமி கர்மானம் குறையாத பூமி பட்டாசை பட்டாபையி பப்பாட்டாவதி பையி பட்டாபை சித்தாபையி சித்தாபையதி பையி பப்பாட்டம் பட்டாபையி ஒயிலாட்டம் கட்டாபையி புலியாட்டம் போடபையி தேவராட்டம் ஆடபையி பழ பழக்குது கண்ணிக்காரி கட்டெலும்பு சொல்லிக்காரி கண்ணிக்காரி கட்டெலும்பு சொல்லிக்காரி கற்பூரத்து பள்ளிக்காரி பள்ளிக்காரி பாழ பாழக்கு
Thank you for the wonderful folk dance performance. It was vibrant and energetic. May I now request our dignitaries? I request our dignitaries to occupy the seats on the dais. Just as a compass keeps a ship on the course, our principal and secretary, Dr. B.L. Shukumar, is the guiding force who ensures that we all stay aligned towards our shared goals. Here comes the captain of our ship, our principal and secretary, Dr. B.L. Shivkumar, to welcome the gathering. Sir, please.
A very good morning to one and all present here. Indeed, I am very happy to extend a warm welcome to the chief guest of the day, Dr. Tarita Shankar, Founder Secretary and Chief Managing Trustee, Sri Chanakya Education Society, Chairperson and Chief Mentor, Indira Group of Institution, Pune. Madam, on behalf of our management and the faculty members and the students of Sri Ramakrishna, I extend a warm welcome to you, madam. I also welcome our beloved Chief Operating Officer, Madam Swati Rohit, who is always supportive in all our activity. Madam, we welcome you, madam. I also welcome Dr. Kavita, President of Women's Cell of Sri Ramakrishna College, our Vice President, Vice Principal, heads of various departments, and my dear beloved student. On this occasion, I would like to thank Dr. Purna Shankar, who coordinated with us. Because of our help and because of our involvement, today Dr. Tarita Shankar is with us. And I hope this particular program, which we have organized for girl student, we have two great women with us, our CEO and the chief guest. Both are a good example, and we believe that at the end of this program, you will get a lot of input which will help your future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your warm word of welcome. Just as flowers express emotions without words, flower bouquet conveys our gratitude and admiration for the elegant guest on the stage. Now I call upon Dr. Kavita, President of Women Empowerment Cell, to welcome our chief guest with a bouquet. Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Dr. Rekha, Secretary of Women Empowerment Cell, to welcome our Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Swati Rohit, with a bouquet. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Swati Rohit, to adore our chief guest with a shawl. Thank you, ma'am, for the pleasant gesture. As we gather here today for this exclusive event, I feel it an absolute privilege to introduce a visionary, Ms. Swati Rohit, the Chief Operating Officer of SNR Sons Charitable Trust, to the gathering. Ms. Swati Rohit is not only a distinguished professional, but also a dynamic third generation businesswoman deeply rooted in the historic textile town of Coimbatore, where her family has thrived for over 3 centuries. Her lineage, marked by the renowned industrial pioneers PSG Naidu and Kupsami Naidu, adds a rich heritage to our remarkable journey. She stands as a beacon of excellence and inspiration. As the co founder and CEO of Health Basics, Ms. Rohit has passionately dedicated herself to the noble cause of connecting children and families to affordable healthcare services, embodying the spirit of a true wellness warrior. Her contributions extend beyond healthcare as the driving force behind school basics. Ms. Swati Rohit has significantly impacted education, and she also holds a leadership role as director at Coimbatore Polytechs Private Limited. Her commitment to societal well being is evident not only in business but also through her formal roles as chairperson of the FICCI Ladies Organization Coimbatore chapter and her leadership with Young Indians, where she spearheaded the Gift and Organ program, setting a Guinness World Record for the maximum number of organ donor sign-ups in an 8-hour period across 42 cities. Her dedication to service and excellence has not gone unnoticed. Mrs. Swati Rohit has been honored with the prestigious Audi Ritz Style Award, the Startup Academy Award, and the Youth Icon Award, further cementing her legacy as a trailblazer and role model. It is with great admiration that I invite Ms. Swati Rohit to the stage to deliver presidential address. Ma'am, please.
Good morning, everybody. Let's hear a loud good morning because I think everybody are the people at the back? Can you hear everybody or are you guys almost falling asleep? Can you hear us? Yeah? Thumbs up, wave to us. Yeah? All right, okay, good, great. Thank you, Dr. Tarita, so much for accepting our invite and Dr. Shivkumar for actually making this whole event happen. Kavita, of course, it's great to see that we're not just talking about women empowerment, but we're actually doing events that matter to all of us, right? And thank you again for having me here. I don't know how many of you have already heard me speak, so you might feel a little bored. Promise I'll try not to repeat myself, although I don't remember what I spoke last time. So let me try to keep it interesting for you guys, right? So in fact, this morning, as I was thinking of what to say, because I love how Shivakumar, only last minute, he was like, what's the agenda? So he told me 2-3 items. And then I said, oh, okay. He said, you just have to, felicitate ma'am and that's it. So then I said, slowly I asked him, do I have a speaking slot? Do I have to speak? And then he's like, of course. I was like, but you never told me that. So he's like, no, ma'am, you'll come prepared. You can do the presidential address. To which I replied, I'm possibly the worst person to deliver a presidential address or anything formal. I'm usually a very informal person, so let's keep it informal today, right? So how many of you actually here in this audience, after you graduate, want to work? Hands up. Don't have to put your hands up. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to work either, but if you do, put your hands up. I'd love to see, I think all the teachers are already working, so therefore how many of you young ladies want to actually work after? Right? Good. About 70-80%? Yeah? And the rest of you, assuming you want to go to a postgraduate degree or master's or, yeah? Is that what you want to do? Yeah? That's fantastic. I'm really happy to see that because I did a similar exercise in another college and I had about, like 20 people who put their hands up and the rest of them said, I want to do my master's. I asked them, why you want to do your master's? And they were very honest, right? And told me, listen, I don't know what I want to do. So therefore, I want to do my master's to figure out what I really want to do next, right? So that's a great way to actually find out what is not exciting in this world. I urge each one of you, the day you graduate, before you graduate itself, please find something to do, right? It does not have to be a formal job. It can even be somewhere where you can volunteer your time, right? So do something, find something that will give you purpose or at least expose you to 5 other people than you know today, right? And I work in children's health today, in children's mental health. We work with about 3.2 lakh kids across the country today. So I've had the opportunity to see a lot across the country, not just in Tamil Nadu. We work in UP, Himachal Pradesh, really, really, like rural parts of West Bengal, all over the place. And one thing I've seen, right, consistently among college students is today, one of the largest themes, anywhere you walk in, and I did this in 12th standard students, and I also asked first year college students. In 12th standard, I asked these kids, what's the number one, like issue you have today, right? What is it that you're feeling today? 90% of them said, I'm highly anxious. I have lots of anxiety, right? How many of you here, there's nobody judging anyone, right? How many of us really feel anxiety almost every single day? Hands up. Just no one's going to judge you here. I'll also put my hands up. So, yeah, that's it. All of the others, no anxiety. You guys are good. Yeah. So, India has actually 440 million people under the age of 17 today, right? 440 million. I think with 1,000 people here in this. So you multiply and see how many zeros more we need to add to that, right? And imagine the number of young population we have. We're the youngest population in the world. And then you'll hear all our, like Narendra Modi, everyone come out there and say, we're going to be a 10 trillion economy, 5 trillion economy by this date. The only thing actually standing between us and them, we 100%, we're one of the most intelligent populations. God's blessed us with great IQ, right? On an average, if you took an average child IQ in India versus anywhere else in the world, we'll be top, right? And it consistently shows. Second thing is we're also hardworking in school and college, right? We're very hardworking. So we have two things going for us. So what is it that the only thing that matters, right? If you see successful people and you see it's not the most intelligent person who's successful necessarily, right? They're all same IQ, extremely intelligent. Say you take a class from IIT. Out of that entire class, one person will be successful, right? Or two or three. But all of them have high IQ. They all studied, they all got into IIT, so they have work ethic, they're extremely hardworking. So what was that one thing that actually is the differentiating factor between the person who, one is luck, right? That I have to give, and that's something none of us can change, right? We can do all of it right over and over again, but if you're not lucky, then sometimes things don't go your way, right? That you can't change. So what can you change? The one element, and the only important element, it's called resilience. So what is resilience, right? Like 5 times you slap me, I should actually get back up and say, you know what, I learned from that, and I am stronger today. That is resilience, right? Not physically slapping, but life slaps you every day, right? So that's what I mean by that. So one quality, if you can work on. And what does that resilience depend on? It does not depend on, oh my God, like I was born a hero, I was born a heroine, I was born this way. Nobody is born with all of this, right? We actually have to create, everybody will go through really, really bad days. You look at, like Elon Musk, you look at, I don't know who else, look at anybody you, like Alia Bhatt, for example, right? Today she's on the catwalk, all of this. And you think, oh wow, look at her, she's married to Ranbir, she must be having a great life, right? Look at maybe Jyotika, for example. Okay, she's married to Surya, and she has a great career, and she's more successful than him, all of this. And we always look at all these people and assume that they've had great lives, they've never had any problems, but they've had problems just as much as you and I, right? What was the only difference is that every single time life actually, gave them challenges, they came out and said, you know what, I'm going to challenge you life because I've learned something and I'm going to come back again and again. So resilience is the only thing that I want you to do. Second thing is, how many of you exercise here in our crowd? Hands up on number of people who actually exercise any sport. Even dancing is exercise, guys. So, yeah. Really only like 5 people out of 1,000? Or like 20? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 20 out of 1,000 kids are the only ones who exercise. Yeah, so there we go, 22 here. So 22 and 23, I exercise too. So guys, this is something we really should change, right? You're young now. You won't notice it when you're 18 and 21. But go and stand in one airport and just look anywhere, any international airport, any flight, right? Just stand there and look. Who are the only ones using wheelchairs? Indians. There'll be every single flight, anyone over the age of 65 or 70, you will see on wheelchairs. We are single-handedly extremely unfit, and it shows up in our old age, right? What joy is it to really live life with so much of this thing, right? Ultimately, we're all ending up in the same place in the ground. So how we actually live between now and then really matters. So please, for my sake, at least dance, do something, find some activity to exercise. I know this seems like, okay, what, this middle-aged lady coming and talking about exercise, it should matter to her, but it should matter more to you. Why? Because exercise directly contributes to your emotional health. I don't think any of us can walk out of here, maybe there'll be like 5 people who can say they're very emotionally strong, right? I think you guys are going through that, boyfriends, relationship issues, parental pressure, academic pressure, all of this, pressure to find a job, do well and be happy. So, and I think if you can keep your emotional, and one of the biggest things is to exercise. So please at least go for a walk, start that way, find something that you get joy out of. Almost all of us like to dance, right? So at least start there, do some form of exercise, and please eat a little healthy, especially women, right? We don't really understand that what we eat has a direct correlation to how we feel on a daily basis, your mood, right? So please try to eat healthy, try to eat more protein, and this is really what life has taught me over and over again. Every time I try to cut corners, it shows up later and later. Like today, I will turn 46 this year, right? And it's showing up. Trust me, days I am really bad, 1 week, 2 weeks, I'm bad, don't exercise, all of that. It shows directly on how my quality of decision making, how my mood is, So, and all of you take great pleasure in, like, I'm sure. And the third thing and only thing, right, you have to ask yourself every morning is, am I useful to someone in this world, right? Please write that down and say, how are you useful to your friends, right? Are you useful to your friends? Do something, right, that makes your friend feel better. And same thing, ask your question that about your family, and third thing about your country, right? Am I useful for this country, or am I just simply, using all the resources and just living life and not contributing at all, right? These 3 questions, if you can answer for yourself, I think you'll have a lot of purpose in life, and with that comes happiness, joy, no matter what our situation is. With that, I wish you guys all the very best, and I really am looking forward to Dr. Tarika. I'm sure Tarita is really going to kick it out of the park and teach us some really nice lessons that all of us can take away for today. Yeah, thank you again for having me here.
A heartfelt thanks for your inspiring talk on resilience and for putting forward the importance of healthcare. Thank you, ma'am. Now, let us take a moment to delve deeper into the remarkable journey of our chief guest, Dr. Tarita Shankar. Here comes a short audio-visual presentation that will explore her pioneering contributions to education, her unwavering commitment to mentorship, and the lasting impact she has made on countless lives. Please join me in watching this inspiring tribute to a true leader.
From the seeds of expectation and the soil of ambition, a single spark ignited a revolution in education, led by a woman whose vision would change the landscape of learning. She is none other than Dr. Tarita Shankar. Born into a family with high aspirations, her father envisioned her as an IAS officer, while her mother saw her as a doctor. But she forged her own path, stepping into the professional world with purpose. By the age of 26, she was already making her mark when her mentors recognized her potential and guided her towards the education sector, just as Maharashtra was privatizing the sector in 1993. In 1994, at just 29, she stood at the crossroads of destiny, armed with a vision as vast as her dreams. She knew the path wouldn't be easy, but with passion and unwavering commitment, she turned challenges into opportunities and opportunities into achievements. With 2 small rooms and 60 students, she laid the foundation of the Indira group of institutes. As the years passed, her vision grew. She didn't just create an institution, she built a legacy of innovation, compassion, and excellence. She became more than a chairperson. She became a mentor and a role model for thousands of students. Today, IGI stands tall with a legacy of 30 years and over 16,000 students each year, all carrying the values and inspiration she has imparted. Her journey is one of courage, determination, and an unwavering belief in the power of education. As we look to the future, Dr. Tarita Shankar's legacy continues to inspire, reminding us that one person's dream can indeed change the world.
It was really an inspiring audiovisual presentation. The best way to predict the future is to create it. This reflects our chief guest, Dr. Tarita Shankar's visionary leadership in education. It is an absolute honor to present Pioneer in Educational Excellence Award to Dr. Tarita Shankar, a visionary leader whose tireless dedication to education and mentorship has transformed countless lives. Her unwavering commitment to excellence and innovation continues to inspire us all. May I request our Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Swati Rohit, to present Pioneer in Educational Excellence Award to our chief guest. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. I ascribe this proverb to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Tarita Shankar, and feel honored to introduce her to the forum. Dr. Tarita Shankar is a visionary leader, the chairperson and chief mentor of Indira Group of Institutions. The name Indira Group of Institutes is synonymous with its driving force, chairperson and chief mentor, Dr. Tarita Shankar, a dynamic, passionate, and caring leader who has shaped the institution from scratch. Dr. Tarita Shankar holds a degree in arts and law and is an alumnus of the prestigious Harvard Business School, USA, having completed the Owner-cum-President Management program. Dr. Tarita Shankar founded a college with a mere 60 MBA students in the year 1994. Today, that single institution has blossomed into a distinguished network of 16 prestigious institutions where 18,000 students thrive in an environment of academic excellence and transformative learning. Care, counsel, advise, rise, and evolve, an initiative by Tarita Madam, whereby students, staff, alumni, and any individual in need can seek her guidance on professional and personal issues, and in return, benefit from her rich experience in work and life. Achieving excellence, surpassing ordinary standards, and striving for the highest quality in everything you do is the philosophy imbibed by Dr. Tarita Shankar. With this theme at its core, Dr. Tarita Shankar Awards were instituted in the year 2019. Its objective being to honor excellence and celebrate outstanding achievements of individuals and organizations who have excelled across various fields and thus serve as a testament to the dedication, innovation, and hard work. Indira Group of Institutes recently celebrated its 30 years of excellence, innovation, and growth in the field of education. Dr. Tarita Shankar has been a recipient of numerous awards and citations over the last 2 decades on the national and international level, a few prestigious ones being Award for Outstanding Contribution to Education at the Golden Globe Tigers Awards at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Women Super Achiever Award for Excellence and Leadership in Education at Star of the Industry Awards on December 2023, New Delhi. Exemplary Leader Award at the Asian Leadership Awards at Dubai on October 2023. Care Club for Social Welfare Award on July 2023 at the National Awards for Excellence, Mumbai, India. Education Leadership Award at the Business Leader of the Year Awards 2023 at Mumbai, India, and many more. Dr. Tarita Shankar embodies the essence of visionary leadership, viewing challenges as stepping stones to success. Rising from a family-oriented background to a position of influence, her journey was marked by personal and professional hurdles, all of which she navigated with resilience, adaptability, and an unwavering pursuit of excellence. A well-read, articulate speaker known for her candid expression, she is also a passionate traveler, having explored major countries worldwide. In her leisure, she dedicates time to philanthropy while remaining a devoted mother, loving family woman, and approachable, fun-loving individual. Today, we have the privilege of hearing from this extraordinary leader whose words and work resound with the power to inspire generations. Here comes our chief guest to address. Ma'am, please.
Thank you very much. Who was the girl introducing and doing the MC? What's her name? Pooja. Firstly, let's all applaud for Pooja. She deserves it. Standing there and doing the role of MC, carrying on this program so wonderfully, that confidence is very important in life. So we all deserve to give her a round of applause. Girls, she's a girl like you. Good. So the distinguished dais, Dr. Swati, and I think the minute I met her and I talked with her, we have already exchanged numbers on the dais and we are already planning to meet in Pune and in Coimbatore and where else, because we have just clicked. Right, Swati? That's it. And Dr. Shivakumar, it was a pleasure meeting him since yesterday. You had an amazing principal who's taking care of all of you, and I'm sure he's going to add more and more value to you people all at SRCAS. And of course, Dr. Kavita, who I have met since yesterday, and I've got to know her better, not just as a Dr. Kavita, but as Kavita, a friend, and we have spent a lot of time since yesterday. I must thank you for making our entry and evening till today into Coimbatore very, very happy. Thank you so much. And thank you to Dr. Rekha. I think she is here somewhere also. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Rekha, for being with us since yesterday. And thank you to all of you over here for agreeing to be patient to listening to my next half an hour talk or something. And that is something what I always value, is silence in the auditorium when somebody is talking. That is not just for me, but it's my advice to all you youngsters that when anybody is standing on this dais and talking to you, they are talking to you. So please, please give them that due respect and hold silence till then and absorb whatever they are saying. Well, moving ahead, I really loved a couple of the things that Dr. Swati started with, and that actually set the tone. And I told Dr. Shiv Kumar, it's presidential address, it's like my address. She's not going to leave me anything to talk after her talk. Because I think women who have reached a certain stage in life, we all have the same observations about life. And we reach there only because there are certain things that we have all gone through, crossed those paths, and we have reached there. Of course, the difference is that Swati is just 46 years old. And I just turned 60 in April. In April, I turned 60. And after 60, my hunger for travel and for quest and reaching out to youngsters like you has even grown more. I know you all are all murmuring, that, at 60, why is she standing here? But I think for me, a new life has begun at 60. Age is just a number, and that is where my talk is going to revolve around today for all of you. Because the difference in our ages is practically 40 years. All of you sitting there, that's also my daughter-in-law sitting here, who is just 24 years old. But I think we have some of the most amazing times together. I have 3 sons, and only one is married, so she's my daughter-in-law 1. And I'm waiting for the other 2 to get married. So I have 3 wonderful friends and best friends with whom I can live and enjoy my life. So incidentally also, all my sons studied in my colleges, and they had all the options except for her husband. He went abroad for 3 years to do his engineering, but he's back working with us full time. They didn't want to work outside. I have 2 other younger sons who have no desire to go out and study. They study at the Indira group of institutes, and they're already working with me. So also that shows the affinity that they have towards their own alma mater, the Indira. So what you talked, I'm going to take the tone from there. You talked about resilience. 2 things which I loved what she said was, one is about resilience, and that is in fact the life mantra. And the other day I was doing a talk with some engineering students, and I asked them, that I always ask. So I have a life mantra which I have not written here, but because she started with the word resilience, I want to ask, there are 3 words in my life which are my life mantra, and that has really helped me reach wherever I am today, absolutely from zero. I am a first generation businesswoman or an entrepreneur. So can any of the girls tell me in English, what is those 3 words that you need in life to achieve something great, despite having so many obstacles stacked in your path, despite having so many things go against you? What are those 3 words that will still make you stand up and achieve the goal of your life? Can anybody tell me what could be my life mantra? When I have started from zero, I stand here in front of you today, giving the story of my life. Dr. Shiv Kumar and SRCAS considered me worthy to come and share my life story and my thoughts with you. What is that thing that must have brought me from 30 years back to today? Can anybody have a mantra in your life? What is it that you will use in your life to achieve that goal in life? What will you have to do? Anybody? 3 words in English. Please, you could be wrong, doesn't matter. You have to begin somewhere. Can any one person tell me? Even maybe the faculties. That's 1 word. I'm talking about 3 words put together. It's 1 3-word line. 1 more and then I won't waste your time. Anything else? That's 2 words. Yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes. Who said that? Who said the word never give up? Yeah, please. You also wanted to say the same thing? You were saying something else. But never give up is the mantra of my life, Congratulations to you for understanding it and guessing it right. Well, there were tons of moments in my life, tons of moments, believe me, when I felt that, well, it's the end of the journey for me. Either somebody else wanted to put an end to my journey, or I myself felt that I have had enough, I don't want to do it. But I use these 3 words as my key words of my life. Never give up. And that's why I stand today in front of you. And for me, if there is a single day when there is not a challenge or there is not a problem, I feel that my day is not right. There is something wrong with this day. Aise kaise hua? There has to be that, kuch to hona chahiye. There has to be some challenge, some problem. How can my day be without a problem? So that is how, you have to become that. No matter what comes your way, no matter what comes your way, never ever give up to achieve a beautiful life for you. And that's the dream of all of us, to achieve a dream, beautiful life, what God has given us, to make it so lovely that we start loving our own life and we never feel that we should give up on this life. So for me, I have penned this. Can you see what is put here? Everybody can see it behind? All of you can see it behind? What's on the two screens? Yes or no? Loud yes. Okay, great. Thank you so much. So I have tried to keep it simple for you people so that I want, because life is simple and we simply complicate it. There's nothing, life should not be complicated. You know, I mean, her name was spelled wrong. And I know it's, even for me, I would have also made a big hue and cry few years back when I was 46. At 60, I have learned whether they write my name or no, it doesn't matter. I'm standing here and I will tell my name. But at 46, I was the same. If you don't put my name right, I'm not going to sit here. I'm going to walk out of this auditorium. I was the same. Today, after going through so many things in life, I feel my name is not important. I am. Somebody can call me anything and it's not going to change me. So you're all sitting in an educational institution and you're all here to gather education. So that is the foundation of your life. And I'm so glad that you all are studying in such an amazing college over here. Whatever I've been hearing about the college since the time I agreed to come over here, Dr. Tarita Shankar is she's the vice principal of our engineering college, one whom Dr. Shivakumar mentioned. And she has some connects with your group through engineering and through PhD and different ways. And she insisted that I must come here and speak to all of you. And when I accepted, of course, I started to learn a little bit about your college. And yesterday I got more insights from Dr. Shivakumar one-to-one that how well your college is doing, how wonderfully they have crafted this whole educational institution to make your career better and better, your career path better and better. And so firstly, congratulations to all of you for taking admission in this wonderful institution that is SRCAS, which is going to form the foundation. Yes, please. Give a round of applause to your college. And of course, to your principal and to your COO and people like Kavita and Rekhan, so many other faculties, who are making day and night one to give you a better education. So please don't take these 3 years of your life absolutely like fun. Be serious or whatever is being taught to you in the college, because education is going to be your path to knowledge. And knowledge is going to be your path to wisdom, because eventually you have to become wise in life, to choose what comes your way. To choose wisely is making a better life for you. And the foundation of that wisdom is your knowledge, your education today. So if you grasp and take the best from this college, this is setting the foundation stone for your life for the future. So please give your utmost to this course, to whatever you are being taught here. At the same time, of course, don't forget that you are young and you're supposed to enjoy life. You're supposed to enjoy everything around you. You're supposed to stand and watch a butterfly that passes your path. You're supposed to stand and look at the beautiful moon. So don't forget to enjoy God's nature, God's creations, and you yourself are God's creation. We are all God's creations. So do not forget to admire yourself. Do not forget to stand and give time to yourself also. So education that leads to knowledge. So when you are studying in the class, please see that you read maximum books, whether it's on your online platform or you use the libraries. At our times, they were libraries, and at their times, it's all the Kindles and, all the online books and, podcasts and whatnot. The idea is to gather knowledge. And the idea is to gather that knowledge into wisdom for choosing a better and beautiful life for you. That is very, very important. So that's why I have written here, education and knowledge and wisdom. And this whole talk revolves around women, the builders and creators of a better world today and tomorrow. For me, being born a woman, I think is the best thing that God did to me. And I always pray to God that in my next 7 lives, we as Hindus believe in Sat Janam, 7 lives, I should be born as a woman. Because the things that I can do as a woman, with all due respect to this one single man sitting amongst us, with all of them, a woman is far, far superior to any species on this earth. Of course, she cannot be what she is and she cannot achieve the fullest of her life until and unless she's not supported by all the men around her, be it her father, be it her brother, be it her husband, be it her friends. So men and women, they form the cohesive energy of this universe. But women can build this energy better and better every day. And that is why I have written here that we are the builders and creators of a better world, a better life, everything. Because I stand here today as an educationist or as an entrepreneur. At the same time, I want to see that my daughter-in-law is with me, and I want to give her the best moments when she's with me. My sons are back home, so I'm coordinating with them also. My housekeeping manager wants to go on a holiday, so my son says that he wants to go on a holiday. What do you want to do? So I have to give that answer also. So a woman has to multitask. And how many of you as a woman, especially the faculty sitting here, all of you multitask? Before you come to your office, to your college, to your classroom, you're not doing all your homework at work. Your day is planned. You know exactly. Does your husband do that? Maybe. In today's world, 20%, 25%. But remaining 80%, 70% is the woman's job. She's doing everything, right from giving birth. To giving birth, we are the ones who are creating, upholding society for tomorrow. So women have a huge role to play in, in this world, in this universe. So kindly don't forget that. Don't take yourselves very lightly. Don't get carried away by that word, fairer sex or something like that. We could be fair in color and we could be dark in color and nobody cares. When you're a woman and that's what you should care about. And it's so important when Dr. Swati talked about these things, about health. And health has got so many parameters. And I think somewhere I have written about health and beauty. Because a woman wants to always look beautiful, no matter what age she is. You at 20 want to look lovely. She at 30 wants to look beautiful. She at 46 wants to look lovely. At 60, I want to look even more beautiful because I am 60, so I have to look more nice, you see. So I'm working more on myself, you see. But if from your young age, when you're young, if you take care, if you work out every day, some kind of a half an hour workout, even if it's walking, jumping in the place, doing rope jumping at home, and a good nourishment, good food in your body. We only try to put on the face, haldi lagao, turmeric lagao, to make face glow. Don't put anything. Have the right food. Have the right nourishment inside your body. And you're going to glow automatically. That automatic glow that comes from a good health within you is the best glow that anybody can have. So please take care of yourselves. It's very important to put yourself as the main focus of your own life. If you take care of yourself, then you can take care of everybody around you. So you have to be healthy. You have to be having a glow on your face for others to believe in you and look at you and say, wow, she's glowing, she's healthy. I want to be like her. So that doesn't come automatically. God has sent you on this earth, yes, but there are a lot of things that he has left to you. We cannot leave everything to destiny. There are a lot of things he tells you. You have to take care of yourself. You have to put in your efforts. Then God comes in and says, okay, yes, you put in your efforts. Now let me take your hand and cross that last, step for you. But the remaining steps, you have to take care of yourself. And along with that, take care of yourself, taking care of people around you. Very important, care. It's a very important word. You may love somebody or no, that's a different story. But to take care and be caring towards people, I think that has to be the purpose of our life. As humans, when we are born, of course, to love and care. We give a very different, meaning to the word love. But care has only one meaning. So all of you as women, please adopt that. If you care, people are going to care back. If you are happy, people are going to be happy around you. You have to spread whatever you are, you have to spread that around you. So please be positive, be caring, be happy, and try to spread that around you. Because at the end of it, When you're coming to take education, you're not coming to do this education just for yourself. You are doing all this so that you make a better world. At the end of it, when all of us leave this world, our aim only should be singularly that we leave a better world behind for our next generations. And all women sitting over here, we are the bearers of generations. We are the bearers of humanity. We give birth. Nobody else can. Even if it's, in vitro fertility, IVF, or test tube baby, or whatever it is. Eventually, it has to come out of a woman's womb. You have to hold it there to give birth. So please remember that you have a huge responsibility on you today, tomorrow, and forever. Don't forget that responsibility. Inner strength, for me, inner strength. Very important. I think she already talked about it in the form of resilience. Nobody can build that for you. Nobody can build that for you. You have to build it yourself. You have to create that within you yourself. And when does that inner strength come? When you have a goal, when you have a purpose, when you have something to look forward to. Before you find your purpose, I found my purpose 30 years back when I got into the field of education, when I saw youngsters like you coming to me for guidance, for education. I left everything and I devoted my life entirely to the cause of education. For me, it's only education. And I live and breathe the youth. Whatever I can do for all of you, I try my best to do that. But we're talking about inner strength. When does that inner strength come? When you have that single most belief that the life that has been given to me is very precious. It's very beautiful. And I have no right to give up on that at any moment. You can feel negative. You may have negative thoughts. We all have. We can feel depressed. We all have depressions due to different reasons. Many reasons. When you're young, there is not a single day, I don't think, that you don't have some kind of an argument with your parents. When you're growing, I have young sons. I know that there is not a single day that I do not disagree with them on something. But eventually we have come to a formula that we agree to disagree every day. Okay, what you don't like, I like, you don't like. Yet we are going to, make the best out of it. So this is something that's going to happen every day. There's somebody who's going to like what you do. There's somebody who's going to hate what you do. There's somebody who's going to hate you. There's somebody who's going to love you. You're not going to love somebody back. All these things are going to happen in your life. At the topmost of the whole ladder, you have to remember that life is just once. And it is beautiful. And it is a God's gift. So at no time am I going to ever say that, why am I living? This is so bad. That is not right. Do that for a moment, but let your inner strength come up and say that I want to enjoy this life. I want to make my life as beautiful as possible. Kindness and grace. Being kind, being graceful. I think for me, my grace today at the age of 60 comes because I have been kind. I have embraced kindness as a way of life. For me, a lot of things don't matter today if this goes wrong or that doesn't happen. I always say that it's human flaws. And we are all humans and we are all flawed. None of us is perfectionist over here. And none of us should aim to be a perfectionist. We have to embrace our imperfections, the imperfections of all around you. That is so, so important. And that will bring the kindness around you. When you take things that don't go right around you and you say, okay, it's fine. Discipline is one thing. Yes, it's important. And sometimes when you want to enforce discipline, especially during your work days and your workplace and everything, it's impossible to be kind 24/7 because you have to enforce discipline. And when I'm enforcing discipline, the other person thinks she just doesn't understand me. She's so unkind. And she wants to enforce a discipline all the time. But when I do that in my office, I have in my entire group about 1,200 plus workforce and 18,000 students. And the time that I have to enforce, I have put this, this is the formula of my life. When I enforce discipline and I have to say something that's going to hurt the other person or not going to be taken nicely. I do that because as an organization, head, I have to take those decisions. But the next moment, once that decision is taken, I make the person sit. I say, sorry. I'm extremely sorry for doing this. Please accept my apologies. But do put yourself in my shoes for a few moments and see that whether you would have done the same thing or no. And then things fall into place. Saying sorry, being kind, I think that's the best way to be graceful. Building your grace, your elegance comes through kindness and being humble. The more higher you grow in life, the more higher you grow in life, the more humble you should become. That's what my mother taught me. And that's what me as a mother standing here for all you 1,000 students, I want to tell you. Today, many of you, I wish that you become entrepreneurs, you become scientists, and you become whatever you dream of. But the higher you go, the humbler you become. Because humility is the grace of life, is the beauty of life. If that one single thing that can add beauty to you is being humble, it's your humility. It has to become a way of life for all of us. Let somebody else pass before you. Wait till 10 cars pass. In India, we see so much of road rage, which we don't see anywhere in the world. You see a Bill Gates or you see the president of, or anybody, they are standing in the same queue to buy their groceries as 10 minutes, or as their workforce. That is humility. That is being humble. So it's so important cars, and I am traveling the most expensive cars or something. And I was going to one of my colleges the other day, and it was an induction day. And I saw a parent, two parents, and their daughter walking with bags, and they had to, I think their transport must have left them somewhere further down the road. And I was going in the car, and I told my driver, stop the car. The college is just 200-300 meters away. They're carrying these bags, put them in our car, and let's take them. And when we reached the space, college space and induction, and like how all were there to receive me, and that's how wherever we go, there are people to receive you and all. And before me, they see this parents and the child getting out of the car. You have to be humble. If you can help anybody on your way in life, anywhere, please do not hesitate. Normally, I talk a lot in Hindi, but I think here the Hindi is very less understood. So I'm trying to stick to English as much as possible, of course. So try to help people as you pass by in life, wherever you can. Do not make things, Last evening we were going, Dr. Kavita and Dr. Rekha, they were taking us to some temple, and we were going up the mountain. Mountain, it seemed, like going, you have to pay a car tax. So the first 15 minutes, I was okay, and then after 20 minutes, I said, let's call her. What is the situation? Why? So then my driver told me that because there is very less parking space on top, our car has to pay a tax while we go up. The Murudamalai temple, did I pronounce it right? From yesterday, I'm practicing this name. So I have said Murudamalai properly. So after 20 minutes, I asked the driver, well, there were still 50, 60 cars in front of me. And I said, how much more time, Kevin? He said, madam, it will take another 20 minutes to reach that toll time. And then another 20 minutes to go up. So I said, Kevin, turn the car. I don't want to go. Because when I reach up, it's going to be... just to wait for 20 minutes to go to our temple. We all love temples, we love our God, everything, and lovely temples in the south, and I would have loved to have seen it. But somehow yesterday I felt that I don't want to wait 40 minutes at the temple, and I told Kevin, turn the car. These two ladies ran out of the car to meet me. That I'm going to be angry and just chill. There are many better things we can do. let's go sari shopping. God has told us, turn the car back and go and buy saris in Coimbatore. So we turned the car back and I said, let's go to any temple that comes on the way because we have turned our face from God. कोई भी temple में जाएंगे. Let's go to any temple and just do, that's it. Okay? Because that's my God. For me, talking to you today for an hour or whatever it is, that's my worship. This is my temple. My God is sitting in front of me. I am worshipping. That's my belief today. So we turned back and by the grace of God or whatever it is, we saw this one peacock walking quietly by the road. And my daughter-in-law Googled and she said, peacock is associated with some god. For us, you know. Lord, avatar of Lord. So you see, when you have a heart that doesn't hide anything, God says, you couldn't come up to me, here I am with you. I stopped the car, I took videos, and I'm running after that. What will happen now? Then nothing will happen now, chill. We went to a sari shop and we bought lots of store. Or me of the store, what the street, and so it's and not taking then what tells you, and I want decision making in your life. Very important to make on the spot. And she's like, she's 24. And she tells me, I'm learning from you, you know, how to take a quick decision and not regret about it. That is very important in life, to take life easy, find discipline where you have to compartmentalize your life. I have to study here. This is my place. I have to go and watch a movie there. I have to go with my friends for a coffee there. Like some guy and he asks you out, please go on a date. Enjoy. It's important. Very important to enjoy these moments of life as a young girl. They're the parts of life that is going to make you into a wiser human being. Faculties may not like this, but I am going to tell these to my students that yes, no, I mean, find the right partner in life. Of course, we talked about many of these things and parents. I'm going to end my talk with word parents. For me, taking care of my parents is of prime importance. I see so many people around me. I mean, richest people and all, and they have their parents staying in some rich old age homes, you know, and they feel, oh, that old age home is air conditioned and has everything. I'm going to keep my parents there. How much money you spend keeping them? Just keep them in your house. Take care of them. At this stage, when I'm 60, my mother is 85. And me and my mother, I mean, don't have a single day, even today, that we do not argue on something. I say, Mom, you're 85. I'm 60. What is there left to argue? But yet, the sari color is not good. What you're doing is not good. You're doing this is nice. I mean, it's like that, you know. But I love my mother. And no matter what, there are times when I have not spoken to my mother for days. I don't talk to her because we've had some very bad argument. But at that time, still, my duty care of my mother. I lost my father pretty early in life. So for all of you here, your parents are taking care of you. You're in this wonderful institution. Somebody's paying your fees. Somebody is giving you hot food to eat when you go home. Somebody irons your clothes. Somebody puts oil in your hair. Somebody takes care of you so that you study well in this college and make a better life for you. Don't forget that somebody. That somebody is your mother and your father. Those two people who have given birth to you, extremely important to your life. We may fight with our parents, we may argue. At the end of it, please end that argument or anything by saying, I'm very sorry, mom. Maybe you don't understand me, and maybe I don't understand you, but I'm saying sorry for that, for not understanding each other. So that is so important, taking care of your parents for all you youth out here. See that you go all out and be with your parents and take care of them no matter what. Because today, when I take, and I always tell my sons, I take care of my sons, I do everything. And I always tell them, I'm going to grow old one day. And you have to take care of me. I'm a very selfish woman. I'm doing all this so that you take care of me in my old age. All selfish like that. We're all doing that because we want our kids to ourselves. Please don't forget that. Let not your parents tell you that, but every parent has that thought. It's not can come from a rich family. I have like, I mean, I think many of us have, for our mothers and fathers, they have plenty of people taking care of them. Everybody, they have two drivers and they have everything. But at the end of it, and the beginning of the day, my mother is thinking of me and I am thinking of my mother, no matter what. So something is there, that bond, which eventually from generation to generation, we pass on to our next generation. You have to take care of your next generation as they have taken care of your generation, and your coming generation will take care of you as you take care of your parents. And this is a very important uh, aspect of building a better world for tomorrow and for today. Taking care of each other, taking care of the people who love and care for you day and night. Go out of your way and do things for them. Every day when you sleep, you must feel at night that there is something useful that you have done in this day, however small it is. Let your day at night when you sleep and when you reflect back on the moments of the day, there must be something that you should be able to pick up that says that, yes, pat your own back and say, yes, I have done this good deed today. Important, very important. So with this, I think I am going to end my talk. I think I've already spoken for a long time because I want to open it for question and answers, right? If there are any question and answers. And I want to just tell you that please, I've kept my talk very simple and very basic because I believe this is important for you. If you get this equation right, everything else becomes very easy. Everything else, because they're wonderful teachers who are going to teach you about IT and about finance and about all those other things. So it's very important. Of course, Dr. Swati wanted me to talk to you about financial independence. So I'm just going to give a few words on that. So yes, financial independence is very, very important. There is no doubt about that. But need not be that financial independence has always to come from what you are earning and what you are doing. Many of you girls sitting over here all want to work. Yes, my daughter-in-law wanted to work, and I told her no. At this, I mean, I didn't tell her no, of course. My son told her no. Enjoy these days of life. Be my wife. Be a good daughter-in-law. Just be fun, and enjoy it. So take the moments as they come. But it was my condition to my son that just because if she's not going to work, she has to have her financial independence from you. It's not going to be every day that she's going to get up and say, give me this money, I need this to buy. No, you will give her her money and she will do whatever she wants to do with that money. Only then, I also agree with it that she doesn't work. Otherwise, please let her go and work and make her own money. So there are ways of being financially independent. And of course, all of you who want to work here, financial independence for me is this education. That tomorrow, if need be, if there is some situation in your life that arises, you have to have some knowledge, some talent, some degree, some education that will help you to stand up in the world and earn your money. Someone will earn 1 rupee, someone will earn 10 rupees. Someone's dream will be to be completely financially independent. Swati is a third generation entrepreneur, right? A third generation entrepreneur. I'm sure she has taken care of her family. Her family is number one prime importance, and then comes her business, her entrepreneurship, and whatever money she makes out of it. For me, I am first generation. My family is first. I was always around. I'm a single mother, and I was always around when my sons were growing up. Not one day did I ever make them feel that I am making money, I'm making tons of money, so I don't have time for you kids. No way. My daughter-in-law was asking me the other day, how do you get up every morning at 5:30 or 6 o'clock? I said, because all my life I've done that. When my kids were growing up, every day I used to get up at 5:30 and 6 because there was not a single day that I wanted to miss saying bye to my sons when they are going to school. Their milk is made by somebody, their breakfast is made by another cook, they have everybody. But nobody can replace the bye that you say to your child when your child is going to school. No amount of cooks, servants, and anybody can do that except a mother. So today, my sons do not feel ever that I have ever let them down. So this is such an important thing about financial independence for me, that building your family important. Keeping the people around you happy and caring is important. Making money is equally important. I don't know how many of you are going to work over here. Many of you may work, many of you may go for higher studies, many of you may just get married. And there is nothing wrong in that. Because building a good nation also requires to build good families. First, you build a good family, then you build a good society. A good society builds a good nation, and a good nation becomes a part of a good universe. So, with this, thank you very much, and all the best to all of you. I hope you understood a few of the things that I've said and will implement in your daily life. It's open to question and answers. Thank you very much, all of you sitting over here, for listening patiently. And agreeing or not agreeing is a different story. But listen to me, we all come with our own independent thoughts, and I believe that. So it's open for any question and answers. Ask, and please feel free to ask any question. Just because your trustees and your principal is sitting here doesn't matter. You can ask any question that you want to ask. Be free, be bold. I'm here to answer your questions. Can I?
Students, kindly get ready with the questions and gain insights from our chief guest who has got a wealth of experience. Students who would like to ask questions can come forward.
Yeah, hi.
Can you share some?
Uh, yes, challenges are every day. I mean, um, 20 years back, my challenges were different. Today, my challenges are different. But most important challenge that I faced as an entrepreneur was financial challenge because I came from a very, very middle class family. And when I dreamt of putting up this whole big group or institution, I started from zero. So financial challenge was a very big challenge that I had to face every time. But I mean, I'm very proud to say that all the finances were personally raised only through Indian banking. I have absolutely no money from any politician or anybody in my group. We are nearly like our turnover is nearly 300 crores, and we are nearly our entire group is spread across 100 acres, and it was all brought out of the money of the institutions. The financial challenge was a very big challenge, and then that was a time that many times I used to get up and I used to say, "It's enough. I don't want to do it. I don't know where it's going to come from." But God always stood by me, and something or the other happened. Many a times it was miracle, and so that is one of the challenge, of course. Second is, of course, being a woman. Being a woman, there are challenges because when I had to, like move out into the open field with people to interact with and all, lot of times it was felt that she's a woman. What can she do? She'll not be able to do anything. It's not possible. But let me tell you, there are good people in this world, and there were a lot of places where I went and I got special treatment, special support because I was a woman. And all of you women sitting here, I want you to become that person who supports a woman, who doesn't look down upon a woman, who sees the potential in other women. So, obviously, and I mean, specific challenges are like, in education, we need to get so many permissions, from different authorities totally. And that is the reason I have decided to become a private university. So my headache goes down. So we are on the verge of becoming the private university. So getting these permissions is always a challenge, always a big challenge. There are times when I have sat outside offices of ministers or of education secretaries or finance secretaries from morning till night. I remember one time many years back, and please sit down, please sit down. Our college, we had got permission for a new division. This is about 25, 26 years back when Indira was very new. And the permission came from AICT, and I had to get that same permission ratified from the state government. So I had got some connect to the minister, and people sitting here will know how important ministers are in the life of educationists, And I remember the minister, I was sitting in his house at 8 o'clock in the morning, outside his house. And he saw me and he said, "Okay, what's the work? What can I do for you?" Because he knew who I am. So I said, "This is the thing, this is the thing, this, that, that." And he took the paper from me. And he said, "Okay, you follow me to the Mantralaya, that is the secretariat where the ministers sit, and we will get it done over there." Obviously, I followed him in his car somewhere behind, and I went and sat in his office. And I sat in his office the entire day. His secretary used to give me tea, biscuit, vada pav, all that to eat. Evening, he was leaving his office at 7 o'clock, and I'm still sitting outside his office. He's saying in Marathi, he said, "Tumsa kaam nahi zala? That means your work is not done." I said, "No, sir. You took it in the morning and you said," and then he just fired his entire office that you didn't remind me or anything. He said, then his secretary said, "But sir, the paper was in your hand and it was on your table for the full day, but you didn't have time to look at it." So these are the challenges, and this has happened many, many times. But that good Samaritan, that minister was a very nice person, and he said, "Tomorrow you don't have to come to my office. I will see that this permission is sanctioned and it is sent to your college or your office, wherever it is, on fax." That time there was no, mail or internet or something, on fax, and uh, he stuck to his word. He kept his word, and the next day the permission came on my fax in my office. So these are the things that, yes, you have to go through. I mean, there are innumerous challenges that happen. And when team building, very, very big challenge for me. Very big challenge, because when you are in education, you have people, like Dr. Sivakumar, Dr. Kavita, who are highly educated, and in comparison to them, sometimes, till you achieve your experience, you are not a doctorate, they are much, much more bigger and higher than you. And they come with massive egos. I'm extremely sorry you don't, but I face it every day. And to handle those egos, sometimes they are not with me, but they are amongst themselves. There are 3 or 4 and they are fighting amongst themselves. You have nothing to do with it, but you have to act like a fire extinguisher. You have to sit down there and see that the fire is blown out. So that is my biggest challenge and biggest job, besides everything else. Some new person comes, I am 2 PhDs, I've got 5 years experience. Somebody, how can I report to him? How can I say yes sir to him or yes ma'am to him? This is the biggest challenge anybody can face. But being a woman has been easy for me. I call people, I take them for chai, coffee. I said, let's go and solve this problem over a cup of coffee or a glass of wine sometimes. So that's how, these are challenges. But if you take them, as the stepping stones to building your career, those challenges are the ones which are going to teach you that nothing is difficult and everything can be overcome. I hope is that answered your question. Welcome.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good.
My name is Caroline from MCOM IB. How do you balance your professional responsibilities since into your different roles and forum?
Professional responsibilities. Once again, how do you balance your professional responsibility?
Since you are into different roles and forum.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yes, please sit down. It's a great question, and professional responsibilities are there everywhere, and there are different kinds of responsibilities. And you have to become a multitasker. You have to become a multitasker when you are heading an organization. And there are different things. Like, I had this call because somebody's sitting in Mumbai in the minister's office and I have to give some answer. So I have to do that, and I have to give that answer, and I have to give some kind of decisions very quickly on the spot. So that is one thing. At the same time, on my phone, somebody is sending me a message that since you are going to be out of the country, when can we have the college Dandiya program? Because it's a diverse responsibility. So, but we want to for the, I said, do the dandiya without me. No, we want to for the dandiya. So what is the date that can you give me? Somebody else has got some other, issue coming up, like, so there is that, we found a snake on that campus, So how do we see that snakes are not there on that campus? All this, even though you're a chairperson, everything, anything that is professional, could be from a snake to a snake charmer, everything comes to me. You see, because I'm a hands-on chairperson. I love to be a part of everything. And tomorrow, if they don't tell me something, I not tell me. Why didn't you tell me? But madam, we didn't want to disturb you. You're so busy. It's okay. I have time for that. Please tell me. So when you're a hands-on entrepreneur or a chairperson, you want to be a part of every little decision too. So I love taking those. I love taking my professional responsibility very seriously, and I have never backed away from them. So balancing those responsibilities also comes very easily to me. Time teaches you that, experience that, and that is why if you want to become a good entrepreneur, if you want to manage your responsibilities well, learn to first take all the responsibility. The many responsibilities you will take, the more better you will learn to understand them and to handle them, and that all adds to your experience. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Last
Hi,
three
ma'am.
questions.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Kaushni from BCom Banking and Insurance. What is the biggest myth about entrepreneurship that would you like to expose or debunk?
I didn't get you. Entrepreneurship?
What is the biggest myth about entrepreneurship that would you like to expose or debunk?
Well, entrepreneurship, please sit down. In the first place, that the word entrepreneurship there is no myth around it. It either comes to you or it doesn't come to you. So there is, either like to expose or debunk. For an entrepreneur, everything has to be exposed. For me, I have never ever, I'm a very open person. I'm a very, very transparent person. So when people say, about entrepreneurship, the more open and transparent you are, the better entrepreneur you will become. And the biggest myth that I would like to debunk that, women cannot be good entrepreneurs. For all you women here, I think women can be the best entrepreneurs because a woman boss is a better boss than anybody else because she sees everybody around, from a woman's angle. So that is one of the myths. And what would I like to expose about entrepreneurship is everybody sees me or Dr. Swati sitting here, with glorious clothes on, traveling in glorious cars, speaking great English, and giving you all this experience and, talking like, well, the whole world is at our feet. No, I carry the entire world on my shoulder. Everybody wants to sit on my shoulder. If I have to become a successful entrepreneur, I have to see that I take up the whims and fancies of everybody and put them into practice. I have to see that 1,200 of my employees, I'm not their leader, but I am their friend. It's a 24/7 job. Even now, if I'm sitting in my hotel, if I'm sitting and having a coffee somewhere, if I'm sitting at this chair here, I am continuously on the phone giving decisions, talking. There is not a moment that you can take off. I go for holidays, I'm out for holidays for 8, 10 days, 15 days, yet I am working 24/7 because that's what a good entrepreneur does. My MD can surely take off. My COO or my CEO can take off and say, I am handing the charge to this one. I cannot leave and say that I'm handing my charge to someone. But there are some decisions only I can take. So these are the two things. One is that, entrepreneur's life is not easy at all. The money is there, yes, if you do well, but you learn to value that money because you have earned that money with great effort. It's not without effort. And of course, the only myth I would like to, there's a lot of times that I was told that as a woman, what will she do? But yes, today as a woman, what I can do, the world has seen, and many of those who also, had that thing that what she will, they all have been, like their mouths have been pasted. These are the two that I feel. There could be many other more myths that I can expose and many things, but there are some things, time with time, I will tell you maybe next time when I come. Time is short just now. Yes, please, next one. If there is any question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Last two questions.
Hi.
My name is Mritika Sri, and I'm coming third BCom Banking and Insurance. Well, thank you for coming here and spreading the lights on this. And is there any connection, intelligence and education? Is there any connection?
Yeah, there is, to a large extent, there is a connection between intelligence and education. Because like I said before, you are here, you are pursuing a particular degree. So you are going to be taught a particular, like you are doing BCom. So there are just a few certain subjects that are taught to you, How you convert that into intelligences, how you absorb that knowledge, and how you add more knowledge to whatever you have been taught. That can come with a lot of book reading, that can come with a lot of internet. Today, you all are very lucky that the whole world is on one small smartphone. Whatever you want to know, how tall is the Mount Everest, or what is this color called, everything is on the internet. So with basic education, if you know how to read, write, and understand the education that has been taught to you, can add a lot of knowledge to it, and that knowledge will make you intelligent. Nobody is born intelligent. There are so many people I know who are born intelligent, but their intelligence is not seen because they have not applied it. They have not made the most out of it. They have not, made it into a diamond. So whatever knowledge you have today, whatever education you are getting today, please don't stop at your classroom education. Try to get as much knowledge as possible from outside, from wherever you can. That is what the new education policy talks about. It talks about an education that is beyond classroom. So please get into that education. Please get into knowledge building. Learn. Sitting over here, please know what are the Norwegian countries, what is their food, what is their culture, what is the industry that is going, which is the topmost industry that is coming in India today. It is the chip industry or the semiconductor industry. India is going to become the third largest economy by 2031. That is just 7 years away. How are we going to become that? Why are we going to become that? So that is something, you read the article in the newspaper. Please open the internet and see that what are the parameters that our government or some, SPI or somebody has said that we are going to become the third largest economy. How? To add that knowledge, start reading about it, that becomes your intelligence. When you're sitting in a group of people, if you contribute to a certain subject, if you're able to contribute to any subject, that becomes your intelligence, and that comes from knowledge. So certainly there is a relation between education and intelligence, but the efforts are left how you convert your education into intelligence. There is a whole way of doing that. I just gave you in a nutshell, but if you learn to gather knowledge from different sources, that will eventually become your intelligence. Thank you.
Valuable words.
One final question.
Morning, ma'am. I'm Harini from MBA department. So from the beginning, I've noticed all the points you have told. It is truly inspiring for us.
Thank you.
And thank you for that.
Thank you.
And my question is, can you tell a pivotal moment that has shaped your career and educational philosophy throughout your life, ma'am?
Come again. I didn't get the question. It's a little like echo.
I'll just,
Yes.
can you
yes.
share a pivotal moment in your career that shaped your educational philosophy?
My educational philosophy
Yes.
or my educational journey? Educational philosophy is okay. I'll give you something that shaped or changed my career, the path or something that happened, that changed my career. So this is the beginning of because I don't have an educational journey such, because I am a double graduate. I did my BA in political science and I also did my law. So I could have become a lawyer by profession, but incidentally, my first career of my life was modeling. I started my career as a model. I was modeling for a couple of years, for saris and for baby nappies. And, I mean, when I was just maybe my daughter-in-law's age, 23, 24 years old, my job career, my first money I have earned through modeling. Sit down, but the changing point in my career, in my life came in 1994, in 1993 rather, when the government of Maharashtra, they were privatizing education. I was working for this company by the name of Enron. It's Enron Gas Company, very large corporation, gas corporation from USA. Many of you have not heard because many of you may not be been born at that time. But it was a large organization company and they had just entered India. And they were building one of the largest gas plants, power plants, not gas, sorry, power plants in India. And I happened to work for them. And when I was working for them, I was reporting to the Minister of, Electricity, the electricity minister, who also happened to be the education. I was reporting the two of them. And one day it so happened that the Maharashtra government changed policy and they privatized education. So anybody private could come and get into education and make an educational institution. So being reporting to this Minister of Education, I was also very close to their family. So I used to call him uncle. So he said that, we want good people to come into education. People, with who are hardworking, with a good knowledge and good educational background. And why don't you also start a college? I said, well, I'm not interested in starting a college. That's not my department. I'm happy doing a job, 10 to 5, getting a good package and going back home. Like, I said, no, good people. Just start the college and somebody will manage it for you, And Indira Institute of Management, my first college, it started overnight in 1 month. In 1 month it started. And when it started, there were young students like you who had just completed graduation and they came to us for admission. And since education had privatized, a lot of students from outside states came to Maharashtra. Because Maharashtra was the first one to privatize education, majorly from the north side, the students. South was always ahead in education. And so a lot of students came there. And I started balancing. For the first 6 months, I was working for Enron and I was working for Indira. So 3 days I used to be in Pune, and I was alone that time. And 3 days I used to be in 2 days in Mumbai. And for one day I was actually flying in a small two-seater plane that belonged to the Enron gas company from Mumbai to Ratnagiri, where the plant was coming up. I had a very eventful life. But after 6 months, when students came and I started, the college started, and I realized that there's so much I can do with the youth. I was myself 29 years old that time, and the students who came to me were 23, 24 years old. They were 22, 23 years old. They were like my friends. And on one day, I just got up and I said that education is my calling. I want to do this as my career. I want to build this as my career. I don't know where it will go because that time I had only 60 students. Today, 18,000 students. And I didn't know where I was going, but I just wrote my resignation, went to Mumbai, handed over the resignation. And our minister said, "Why are you doing this? Don't do this. You can manage both." I said, "No, uncle, you have brought me into this now. I choose education. I do not choose that job." And I think that was the best decision of my life because I got to build so many their lives, their careers, and I got to be young at 60 because every day I'm spending my time with young people like you. So I doubt that I will ever grow old because you are my inspiration, you are my motivation, your youth, your energy, and everything. It's like for me a big dose of energy every day. So I am so glad that I took that decision and that decision changed my life. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, students, for shooting out questions and gaining insights from our esteemed chief guest. Thank you, ma'am, for highlighting the strength and resilience of women who effectively juggle multiple responsibilities and encouraging us all to embrace our capabilities. In the book of memories, your name is written in bold for the chapter of today. Thank you for scripting a beautiful story with us. Here comes Dr. Kavita, President of Women Empowerment Cell, to deliver the formal vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Sri Ramakrishna Institute of Arts and Science, deliver the vote of thanks. Of education may be vicious. Hard work has yielded that sweet, and we are delighted to be here today to celebrate your achievement. First and foremost, we are deeply grateful to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Tarita Shankar, joining us and delivering such inspiring work. Presence has truly enhanced the and your remarkable journey in the field of education leaves behind a lasting legacy of success. Thank you so much. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our Chief Operating Officer, Swati Rohat, for graciously accepting our invitation. We are truly honored to have had the opportunity to hear from you. Thank you. Strong pillar stands firm in both calm and strong. I would like to express my deepest gratitude for esteemed Principal and Secretary, Dr. B.L. Shivakumar, dedicated alumnus of SRCAS, for being an unwavering pillar of support. Your constant encouragement and guidance have been a tremendous source of strength and inspiration for all of us. Thank you. I'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely thanks Neha Gangal and Dr. Poona for their unwavering support in organizing and overseeing the coordination. Their dedication and efforts have been pivotal in making this event a success. Big thank you all the heads, vice principal, and faculty members who made time to be with us today and added to the success of this event with your enthusiasm and presence. I extend my gratitude to the organizing team for their tireless efforts and commitment in ensuring everything runs smoothly. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the students for your active participation, the interaction. enthusiasm, thoughtful questions, and willingness to share your insights made the session truly engaging. Once again, thank you all for being part of the special day, and we look forward to many more such occasions together. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for expressing intense gratitude. Now, may I request everyone to rise for national anthem.